just hoping I could survive and outpace to the Night Slash. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Ox here with another video. If you're new to the channel, we do upload Pokemon Go content mostly related to PvP, and if you're a returning subscriber like Jason Robinson, thank you for the support. In today's video, we are taking a look at some battles in the Halloween Cup making its return to the Go Battle League, and we're featuring a team that I saw on Jonkus' YouTube channel yesterday, featuring Shadow Scizor in the lead, Umbreon and Azumarill in the back. Using this team, Jonkus was able to go on a 12-0 run, so I will leave a link to that video in the description down below. Jonkus, of course, is a very talented trainer, and this team looked very interesting to me. I do have all three of these Pokemon, and I feel like Shadow Scizor is a Pokemon that does very well in these theme cups, especially when there is a heavy fairy or poison type presence. Shadow Scizor tends to do very well. So this team is going to have a very glassy Pokemon in the lead, Shadow Scizor, and then two very bulky Pokemon in the back. So I feel that the synergy works very well with this core. I find that aggressive swapping is very important to make a team like this work, especially when you have a glass cannon in the lead. You often want to catch moves onto one of your bulky Pokemon in the back. If you guys enjoy this type of content, please consider leaving a like. It really helps the channel grow. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. And without any further ado, let's jump into the first battle right now. So once again, a link to the video featured by Jonkus in the description below. Very strong team. Let's hop into the first battle right here. We are leading Shadow Scizor. We have Umbreon and Azumarill in the back. Umbreon's kind of going to work the safe switch here because I feel like Azumarill has too many weaknesses, a lot of poison types in the back, so Umbreon tends to perform a little bit better. There aren't too many fighting types. Here, a very favorable lead. Opponent swaps out into Drapion, and they actually go for a move right away. It's only an Aqua Tail, so they're likely running Aqua Tail plus Sludge Bomb. Going to build up to the Iron Head here and actually bait with the Night Slash. Now, because they're running Aqua Tail, I'm actually going to try and swap out into the Umbreon here a bit sooner because I didn't really know what the count was at this point, and we're going to be in a very dominant matchup right here. Again, Umbreon has a very dominant matchup versus the Froslass, but the Shadow Scizor also performs very well there, so I figure that bringing in the Umbreon here, just getting rid of this Drapion is very important because Drapion, of course, is going to have a pretty solid match against the Azumarill, and this team could potentially be double poison. Instead, it's actually a Shadow Tyranitar in the back, which is seeing quite a bit of play in this meta, and you could see Umbreon here, despite being resisted, is doing a lot of damage still with these foul plays. And once again, we're going to aggressively swap into Azumarill here before they throw a move. Now, the Umbreon is loaded on energy. That's going to be very important for that Froslass in the back. I tried to commit to the complete farm down here, but not able to do it. Decide my shield is a lot more important here, so I let this go down. I will come in with the Shadow Scizor, and the opponent comes back in with the Froslass. Now, we are loaded on energy here, going to throw a Night Slash, and the opponent decides to no shield that, so now they're going to get farmed down by Bullet Punch. Super effective damage. The Drapion comes back in, going to throw the Night Slash. This game is over, but if they do shield this, I will swap out into the Umbreon. We got the combo play ready. 1-2, hit him with the foul play, and that's going to be a GG. So off to a 1-0 start. First battle with this team, I was very impressed, but of course was a pretty favorable lead right there and decent alignment overall, so nothing too impressive. You can see we are kind of in the pits right here. Was trying to run Shadow Banette. Do not recommend it in the Halloween Cup. We'll talk about that later. But here, Scizor into Drapion, you could see we sneak in the extra move there, so that's very important because now we're ahead by one move, so we will outpace them to 2 Night Slashes before they get to the next crunch. What I'm going to actually look to do here is throw the Night Slash. Because I denied the extra Poison Sting from coming in, I'm going to actually throw the Night Slash right here, and then I'm going to throw one more. It should be when they throw the move. I'm going to swap out into Umbreon to catch the crunch right there. You'll love to see it. This will be a crunch, resist the damage onto Umbreon, hoping for no defense drop though, but of course the defense always drops. Azumarill comes in here. Now the Drapion's pretty much done, has no health, it's dry in energy, and it's not really a threat, but we are down a shield here. We're not in a good matchup, of course, so Azumarill going to be throwing the Play Rough here, dealing super effective damage. I'm looking to throw this last resort. Best case scenario, I'll be able to swap out into the Azumarill here, so I'm looking to bank a move and swap out into the Azumarill. Able to do it in the nick of time. You love to see it. Of course, the Drapion can't really threaten the Azumarill at this point, so we'll see what they have in the back. They actually go for Ice Beam there, which is a little bit interesting. It's a Froslass, so not looking too good. Not a very good matchup here for Azumarill, especially when we are down shields, but they do shield the first one. That is very nice. And we're going to let this go through right here. We have a lot of energy on the Umbreon, so we should be able to take care of this Froslass here. I felt like the game was manageable. Getting to this play rough is huge for us. And I don't expect a shield, but the opponent actually decides to double shield. So now I know we're in a very good spot. And I actually look to swap out in the middle of their animation, get off this foul play, which I hope is enough to knock out the Froslass. Bang! There it is. Froslass gets taken out. And at this point, they come back in with the Azumarill. I'm just going to throw this foul play. Would not make it to the last resort. And they are down to 0 shields. The Drapion, of course, pretty much only a 3rd shield at this point. So I will come in here with the Azumarill, force them to throw their energy, at which point we will be able to get to an Iron Head very comfortably. Won't even need an Iron Head, to be honest, but they actually go for the Ice Beam instead, which means we survive. Gonna get off this play rough. That's going to take out the opposing Azumarill, come in with the Scizor, and farm it down with 1 bullet punch. Take that game, 2-0 start. Very impressed with the performance so far. Can we also get a 12-0 run like Jonkus did? We'll have to find out. Scizor into Scizor, so both Shadow, and I have a 0 attack IV, but I have a very high ranked Scizor. Looks like we win CMP there maybe, or they did not throw, but gonna throw this Night Slash right here. It is going to get the shield. I'm probably gonna look to try and catch. Looks like it was CMP ties, so I think I'm gonna try and catch the next one actually onto the Umbreon. They get the attack boost, which is very, very bad. And look at that, CMP. No siree, gonna go for the catch instead. Night Slash onto the Umbreon, you love to see it. And they swap out into their own Umbreon. So at this point, I was thinking, when I saw the Scizor in lead, I was thinking this probably could be a mirror match in terms of the same team. And I did speed this up, of course, because nobody wants to watch this super boring mirror right here. But what you want to do in this match is basically sneak in the extra snarls, get ahead on energy right there. You can see we are sneaking in quite a few snarls right here, which is very nice. And we are denying a couple in return. So last resort comes through. I was thinking though, if they do have Azumarill, why would they not bring it in here? But I swap out in case they do have the Azumarill. I want to get an energy lead here, right? Like foul play comes through. Love to see it. Not even a last resort. They're staying in, which made me think maybe they don't have the Azumarill because they're dumping all their energy right here on the Umbreon, which would be very useful in the back. Where my Scizor left with energy banked. My Umbreon has energy banked. Both his Pokemon now are very dry in energy. So things are looking pretty good for us. And again, the same thing here, Azumarill versus Azumarill. You just want to sneak in the extra bubbles. My Azumarill is not XL. As you guys know, I have 0 XL Pokemon on my account. So I'm running a level 39.5 Azumarill, I think here. Ice Beam comes through, not going to KO. We survive to the play rough. The XL versus non-XL Azumarill mirror match actually isn't that bad, even if they do have one. They come in with the Umbreon. I was considering farming down, but didn't think I'd be able to, so I just throw the Night Slash right here instead. That's going to take out the Umbreon. They come in with the Scizor. We are loaded on energy because remember, we exited with that energy stored. They're going to shield. At this point, the Umbreon has energy. We have the shield, so we just need to get the CMP tie right here. Looks like they did not throw the move. So the foul play coming through, it's going to take out the Scizor. If they did throw the move, as long as we force the CMP tie, we would shield there and then get off the foul play, which would win us the game. But we're off to a 3-0 start with this team, and we are going to be looking at a Swalot here. So Swalot versus Scizor is obviously a very good matchup, but I wasn't actually sure what the moves were on Swalot. I knew that it had Infestation, and I know it has Sludge Bomb, but I couldn't think of what the other move was. I figured it was like a coverage move, but I just didn't exactly know what it was. So I decided not to take any chances here because it is a very dominant matchup. And Scizor is the definition of glass, happens to be an Ice Beam. Even though it's resisted, trust me, that would probably hurt a lot. Drapion comes in here, so I'm going to force the shield or some heavy damage here with the Iron Head. They let that go through, and now I swap out into Umbreon. Umbreon is definitely one of the best Pokemon in this cup. It's just so bulky, and even in some of the more difficult matchups, it performs very, very well. I do like Last Resort for the Mandibuzz matchup as opposed to Psychic, but I guess there is some play for both of them. We take out the Drapion right here. Opponent comes back in with a Swalot. And I don't think anything will KO the Umbreon here. Yeah, we could take another one as well. Gonna go for the foul play. And let's see how much this does to the Swalot. Does quite a bit. The next one will definitely KO. Their move shouldn't be enough to knock us out here, so we do get to the foul play. We actually outpace them to the move, so they might even shield this, to be honest, which they do. You love to see it. Now I'm going to let the Umbreon go down, come back in with the Scizor and see what they have in the back. And we're actually able to farm down, which is beautiful. It is an Umbreon in the back, so this game's basically over. We have a shield, we have an Azumarill. I'm just gonna throw this Iron Head to ensure the victory here, and then swap out immediately into the Azumarill. The opponent doesn't want the smoke. Gonna back out of the matchup, and we take that game. Let's hop into the next battle. Currently 4-0. Can we get a 5-0? It's been a while since I've gotten a 5-0. I am stuck in the pits, and this is a pretty bad lead to see for this team. So Scizor, although it's not weak to fighting, it takes pretty heavy damage, and of course Umbreon in the back is very weak to fighting as well. So it's not an ABA line obviously, but a fighter in the lead could be an issue. And speaking of fighters, I think Toxicroak is actually a very underrated pick in the current state of the meta, because there is so much dark types out there that Toxicroak probably is worth using. And a lot of people aren't using Azumarill either, which makes sense, but I swap out into the Azumarill here to catch the Night Slash. My only real answer to the Obstagoon, but I felt that it was the only play I had. And now the Nidoqueen comes in, definitely a good counter to Azumarill, but Ice Beam threatens, they let that go through, taking it out. Drapion in the back, so it is a double poison line. And this isn't looking too good for us, but look at this, we do get to another Ice Beam. And once again, this is dealing some very nice damage. We will get farmed down here, which isn't optimal, but I'll be able to come in with Umbreon here, which could pretty much tank anything. And like I said, when we catch those moves in the lead matchup onto one of the Pokemon in the back, we store that energy on the Scizor, which is huge because Scizor hits almost everything in the meta very hard with either Night Slash or Iron Head. So an Iron Head will basically put that Obstagoon in knockout range. So you can see we put ourselves in a pretty nice spot right here. Last Resort comes through. Drapion not going to be able to take us out here with a move. I was afraid of them potentially catching a move here, so I actually didn't throw immediately, but then it looks like they're staying in, so I tried timing on the Poison Sting. Last Resort should be enough to KO. Swap out into the Obstagoon, or into the Scizor rather, get to this Iron Head. That's going to be enough to take out the Obstagoon, and we're going to go a perfect 5-0 in the first set using this team. And you may think, Jonkus went 12-0, we went 5-0. This team is undefeated, one of the best teams ever. Not necessarily. I've included a bonus battle right here, and this is a pretty hard team comp to go up against. So let's see how this plays out. We got Shadow Scizor into Alolan Marowak. Obviously, fire on Scizor is one of the worst leads you could see, and I don't even wait to see if it's Hex. I just assume that it is the Fire Spin. Don't want to take the chance there. Bring in the Umbreon, we get met by Toxicroak. So we were just talking about Toxicroak. I think it's a very solid pick in this meta. But you can see that Umbreon still threatens it quite a bit. It is going to be able to get to another Last Resort here, which would pretty much knock out the Toxicroak, I think, or put it very, very low. So we could see a shield come up here, which we do, and now we will get farmed down completely. So that's not optimal, and yeah, that looks really bad. But we'll come in with the Azumarill right here, and we'll see if they go for the Sludge. It could be a bait, but I'm going to shield it up here, and thankfully it is the Sludge Bomb. And I'm going to look to commit to the complete farm down here, I think. Probably shield this up as well. We'll let it go. No, we're going to shield it up here because, I mean, we have to shield because the Alolan Marowak, this is the only answer we have for it. So we have to shield, have to preserve as much health as possible on this Azumarill. Now, of course, having Hydro Pump here would be very nice because we could basically one-shot this Marowak, and they're not going to shield, right? Yeah, exactly. They expect the move. They swap out into Scrafty, which was a very interesting play here. And I was thinking maybe we have a win con here, but they actually decided to sack the Scrafty instead. So there was some play here, I thought. Of course, the Marowak has a bit of energy, goes for the Shadow Ball. Please, no defense drop. They do get it, but honestly, maybe the defense drop wouldn't make too much of a difference. Maybe it would. I don't really know. Ice Beam comes through. I don't think Mud Bomb would KO, so they probably have to go for a Shadow Bone right here. Even with the defense drop, Mud Bomb might not be enough, but it is another Shadow Bone. I'm just hoping I could survive and outpace to the Night Slash. We actually get to the Night Slash, but we lose on the CMP. It's not really CMP, they beat us to the move, so we lose that game. Very close, but a very difficult match right there. That's going to be a GG. So those were the battles in the Halloween Cup featuring Shadow Scizor in the lead, Azumarill and Umbreon in the back, a team that I saw on Jonkus' YouTube channel. Once again, link in the description below. A very strong team for this meta. 2 bulky Pokemon, a glass cannon in the lead. I think the synergy works very, very well, and I would highly recommend this team to anyone with the Pokemon available or just looking for a fun Shadow Scizor team to run. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, commenting, subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.